Hello, I'm Charles Gross,
And I'm Leslie Hoban Blake.
and this is Two on the Aisle, First Impressions.
We're standing in the lobby of St. Peter's Church on East 54th Street, and below us is the wonderful York Theater Company. We've had Jim Morgan, the AD of that, on our show.
And they are doing their musicals in Mufti series. This year they are celebrating Jules Stein, who did Gypsy and Bells Are Ringing and Peter Pan.
And Peter Pan, and Subways Are for Sleeping.
Subways Are, which we'll be talking about in a couple of weeks. That's part of the It will be running February 24th through March 4th. But this is Bar Mitzvah Boy, which runs through February 18th. It was never seen on Broadway. It was done in a small off-Broadway theater company. And here they've done a kind of a revised version of it, which brings it closer to its source material, which was based in England in the 1970s. It was a movie. It was shown, I think, on the BBC in England. I'm not sure about that, but I know it was broadcast here on Channel 13.
It's a slight story. It's the story of a little boy who doesn't want to go to his bar mitzvah. But it's charming, and because they had a young man named Peyton Lusk, who was also on Broadway in Falsettos, it really is a stellar little show because it needs the boy, and he had the chops for it.
He does deliver. The first part of the show, basically, the trials and tribulations of doing a bar mitzvah, and the second, the boy is not sure he's ready to become a man. It's a charming show, enjoyable, not in the league of some of Stein's other shows.
Music that is forgettable, nothing that you can actually walk out humming, but it suits the story. It fits. It does its job. And this was for hire. It wasn't a show that he had designed. It was a show that he was hired to do. So.
And, he came later in his career. He did it well. It's a charming, if nothing overly special.
Not memorable. Not really memorable. I've never heard any of this music in anybody's cabaret act, and everybody does Julie Stein.
Well, that's because it really isn't. It is not well known. I'm not even sure if it's ever been recorded.
Possibly not. But there were a couple of well-known character actors. Ned Eisenberg played the father. Tim Jerome played the grandfather. And you particularly mentioned Laurie Wilner as the mother.
Right. I remember seeing her years ago as Hannah Senish.
So, again, lovely evening, and certainly not a memorable one, but a lovely one, and I'm glad we got to see it.
Yes, as am I. And this is Two on the Aisle, First Impressions.